I have a kit box opening, and we are going to do some chat today about customs because it's a perfect topic given which kits arrived today. So it'll be a little bit of a two-part video because I was just thinking, I don't know if the kit box openings are boring for those of you guys who don't actually paint reborns yourself, or if they're fun because you can kind of see what the doll looks like in blank form. But I can tell you as an artist slash hobbyist, it is a little bit like kid in a candy store Christmas time when I get a kit, a box of kits. I'm just like so excited. And I've been so waiting for these, this order from Macpherson's. All right, so I am, so a couple things. I don't even know where to start. So I want to start with, let me start with the kit that is not the custom or for custom. This is actually a kit I bought for myself to Reborn at some point. And guys, I am super excited about this baby. Really cute. So this one is not a custom. This is one I'm planning to Reborn and hopefully be a keeper baby for myself. Or possibly if I don't trust myself to do this baby. Oh my gosh, I cannot even stand. Look at, okay, so guys, this is An-Ming by Ping Lao. It's an older sculpt. And oh my gosh, look at this face, you guys. It's an Asian baby. And so he's an older sculpt and actually like super chubby from what I could tell in the photos. Looks smaller in person. Okay, so let me show you guys the legs. Okay, so he's, you know what, this sculpt, I will say, probably could be a little bit more detailed. I've been so spoiled by opening up all these Reborns. And so those two legs. Oh, I like the hands. Oh, these are cute hands. Oh, they're both open hands. Oh, so cute. So this is An-Ming by Ping Lao, and this is a 3/4 limbed baby, you guys, and you all know that's not my favorite, but the reason I made an exception is because of this face. I mean, this face is adorable, and he looks so much like my nephew as a baby. I just love him. Definitely would want him to be a boy. Okay, so that is one baby that I have treated myself to a new kit in terms of a new, more expensive limited edition kit. Actually, this one's not limited edition. I think he's open edition. But that's really exciting. All right, so let me get to the other two. Oh, and this is really tricky. I don't know what body belongs to whom. Oh, you know what? I think this is the body that is for An-Ming. Oh, it's a white body. I don't know if I like that. Shoot. Because it gave you the option to order a body with the baby. You know, guys, I think in the future I might decide not to add the body unless it's a tan doe suede body. But man, I don't really like that. This is not the skin, the color of flesh. Okay. All right. Well, okay, you guys ready? So the reason I wanted to chat about customs is the kits for two of my custom orders are here. And then the other lady who is ordering, the one who just adopted my Saskia that you guys saw me pack away, she would like to order another Saskia. So I think she's planning to send me part of the payment for that later this week. So, or by the time you guys see this video, she might have already sent it. So once I get that, I will go ahead and get it ordered. Okay, guys, so the first kit we're gonna look at is actually Levi. And I actually have not gotten the down payment yet for this baby, but there's a lady who would like me to paint this kit for her. And I actually decided to order a Levi just so I could reborn this baby. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, this is such an amazing kit. Like, and I will show you guys the kit next to my Clara in a little bit. But wow, It's so detailed. It's just so detailed, even with like no paint. It's just so beautiful. Like you can even see the indentation here on the head. Oh, I love this kit. So since I'm going to be doing one as a custom, I might need to order another one. Oh, and here are the two hands. Here is the one hand with the fist. And here is one with the open hand. I love that combination of like one hand open, one hand closed. All right, so let's look at the legs here. Oh, and they're so curled up, so newborn. As you can see here. That's the right foot. And here is the left foot. Oh, so cute. And here is, oh, this is a great body. I love it when they've got the gathered tush. So I did order this kit with the body. So maybe the lesson is if it's an older sculpt to just, to not order the body, but maybe if it's a newer sculpt, go ahead and get the body that comes with it. But I can tell you, I'm not going to want to use that white body. That's such a bummer. I'll have to order An-Ming like a Bountiful Baby body. Okay, guys. All right, now this one I'm really excited about because I have not seen this kit up close. All right, you guys ready to see GabyGail? So this is the custom that I'm going to be making next. Oh my goodness. Wow, the head is, what a cute baby. Got a little bit squished here, but I think she looks still sweet. Oh my goodness, look at that. So adorable. This is a beautiful sculpt. Oh my gosh, look at this huge chunky leg. And I have Noah, my GabyGail in silicone, but wow, how fun to see the vinyl kit. Look at this. And this is a big baby. She's gonna be a girl. And I think we're doing like sort of fair coloring, but brown hair. I'll have to check my email chain because I had a few custom order emails going around. Very beautiful, detailed sculpt. And Amanda, if you're watching this, the vinyl is so super soft. So soft. Oh, and once again, this is a very nice body from Claire. So I think this is from Claire directly. Full limb baby, gathered bum, great body. Okay. All right, guys, so we've got 2 out of 3 in terms of the bodies. Oh my gosh, this kit is so beautiful. I am very, very excited to paint this kit. Just a gorgeous baby. Woohoo! All right, and let me show you guys the COAs that came with. So I guess, oh, that's a bummer. I guess An-Ming doesn't have a COA. Not that I can tell. But here is Levi COA. So you can see 2nd edition. Yeah, so here's the back. Oh my goodness, and look at this big COA. Wow, GabyGail by Claire Taylor. How pretty. Certificate of authenticity. Oh, and this is so cool. This can double as the birth certificate too. So I'll definitely do that. Oh, and this one is the GabyGail is limited edition. Levi is an open edition kit. So basically what that means is for the limited edition kits, they only have a certain number available. Wow, I'm surprised. This one is number 135 out of 500. So, and when completed, she will be a 22-inch baby. So exciting. All right, guys, I ordered one other thing. I ordered a air dry paint matte varnish. I'd read some really good things on the Bountiful Baby forum. This is a matte varnish final coat by Reborn FX. So I'm going to give it a try because somebody used it and really liked it, and so I think I want to give it a shot and see how I like it. Okay, so those are the kits. And as promised, let me go ahead and let me set these aside. I'm going to put them aside. Let me go ahead and get my little boppy. Okay. All right. And okay, so let me go ahead and grab Clara. Oop, this is actually facing the wrong way. Here we go. Okay, and let's see. Let me just do a comparison of the blank kit with Clara. Wow, it's just so amazing to me how just once you bring the baby to life, you guys, it looks so different, right? So amazing that the kit starts off like this. Anyway, all right. I'm gonna have Clara say bye, and I want to actually bring over two babies who were custom orders, and let's talk about customs. And I guess I could bring Natalie, but let me. I haven't shown Indy in a while. I'm gonna show you guys Maddie, who was reborn by Melissa George, and I'm gonna show you guys Indy, who. Oh my gosh, these two are so sweet. Who was reborn by Emily's Dream Dolls. So let me go ahead and just kind of chat with you. Let's see if I can turn them both to face you guys so you guys can see them. All right, cool. Let's chat. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this topic. I actually have heard different channels mention it. I think Christina's Reborn's mentioned it on her channel, but the person who really kind of gave me the inspiration to maybe do a video and turn this topic into a little bit of a tag is Erica Jones. I love Erica's video, guys. She's so soothing, and and she posts videos almost daily, so I don't miss her videos. I really enjoy kind of hearing her chat, and she's got some beautiful silicone babies. But she was chatting about this topic. About why she doesn't like customs. I thought it was so interesting because, as you guys have seen with my collection, I have quite a few customs. So Indy was a custom, Maddie was a custom, and Clara, to a certain extent, was also a custom, although her situation was a little bit different because Melissa had just made a doll that was not a custom for anyone in particular, but it was just a doll. She reborn Levi to sell. And then I ended up missing out on Clara in the eBay auction, so Melissa offered to make me a similar baby. And so that's what happened with Clara. So I don't consider her a custom just because she was made kind of with Melissa's vision in mind and things like that. So yeah, with Indy and with Maddie, let's talk about my kind of experience with customs and just my thoughts there. And I'm going to just kind of tackle the topic in terms of reborns. I will say with silicone babies, I guess you could also consider my Isla and Aria both customs because they were portrait babies of my daughter. So there's definitely some collaboration there. And also with this new baby Enli, who I like to call baby Lynn because she's my portrait baby. That is also a custom order too. So I've had experience with custom silicones as well as custom reborns. Now I actually like customs, and you can probably tell if I didn't like them, I wouldn't go through the process of getting so many. And I think the reason I like them is because I can pick the kit, and I can pick, things like what kind of hair color, what kind of coloring I want. Although I will say, like, I wasn't really that specific on, besides kind of the hair coloring and things like that. And obviously the gender, we talked about gender. So, I did say with Emily when I commissioned her to paint my Indy, I wanted really dark brown hair. And I really loved, she had painted a baby Cami Rose that turned out so beautiful. I really liked Cami's coloring. Now, and I guess the risk with customs and the reason why a lot of people don't like to do customs is because, I probably a couple things. I think first off, they take a long time, usually. Typically when the artist, a lot of times they'll have a wait list because they can only do so many babies at once, and they may have a lot of people wanting custom babies, and they may, you know, it just may be a long wait. Like it may be a 6-month wait or a 1 year long wait. For me, I don't have that same kind of demand being a new artist. And so I've been telling my customers, you know, kind of about a month, like once I get the kit, and kind of start painting, I should have the baby done, you know, within a month, roughly. As long as I don't have like other things going on. So anyway, so number one, it can take a while. But number two, you know, I think some people don't like customs because, you know, they have a certain vision. Like maybe they fell in love with the prototype photo of a baby, and then when they get their baby, it doesn't look quite like the photo, because it's sometimes artists, it's very hard for them to even kind of duplicate their own work. And then there's some debate in the Reborn community about, you know, is that even ethical for them to make a baby exactly like one they did before? Or, you know, and a lot of artists don't want to copy another artist's work or try to emulate it because they have their own style, all of which is totally understandable. So, so I think you do take a risk that the baby won't turn out exactly how you envisioned it, and that could affect the bond. But I will say that, you know, if you are a little bit more easygoing, like, and I actually will say that for myself, I'm actually a fairly easygoing collector in a lot of respects, like kind of easygoing with like timelines, and also with like, you know, I think I am pretty picky about how the baby looks. But if I'm commissioning a certain artist to do a custom for me, that, you know, that basically means that I like their painting style and I like babies that they've done in the past. So chances are, if they paint a baby for me, I will like that baby, you know? So, and then there are some artists where, you know, I don't really care as much for their painting style, and so I wouldn't ask for a custom, because then chances are it's not going to turn out the way that I want, you know, and we all have different preferences. So, but yeah, but if there's an artist, you know you love their painting style, you love most of the babies that they paint, the price point is right, and you can afford it, I think getting a custom, I don't see a lot of risk to doing it, you know. So, you know, and if you know the baby's going to turn out beautiful, then, you know, even if you don't personally bond with that baby, it's a little easier for you to possibly resell that baby too. So that is one thing to consider. But yeah, I will say, like, for me, I've had good experiences, and I have kept all of my custom babies that I've commissioned. Well, you know, is everything exactly how I envisioned? No, I will admit that freely. You know, there are sometimes little things here and there where you're like, oh, well, that's not exactly how I pictured it in my mind, but you know, but it turned out beautifully. And I can't even put my finger on it. Like, I think, for example, and by the way, this is not to criticize either of these artists, because they do amazing work. But I think with Maddie, I probably picture her possibly a little bit more pale, like for her skin tone to be not quite as rosy. But, you know, such a minor thing. Her hair turned out beautiful, and, you know, all that. And I think same with Cami. I'm sorry, Indy. Oh my gosh, same with Indy. I think I pictured her skin tone being a little bit more soft and delicate, and a little bit less. I think her skin tone here is a little bit more newborn. Oh, and then one thing that it was interesting in the artistic process, and guys, Emily does amazing painted hair. Emily had kind of done a stork bite for her on the top of her head right there. And when she sent me a work in process photo, I was like, oh gosh, I am so sorry. I like forgot to tell you, I don't really care for stork bites. It's like not my thing. I know a lot of people like them, but I prefer more of an even complexion with my babies. And so, you know, so I let her know, and she said, oh no, thanks for telling me. And, you know, she actually just, I was like, yeah, is it possible just to paint a little bit more hair over that spot? And she did. And, you know, and Indy looks beautiful, and I love how she turned out. But, you know, there are going to be little things that won't be exactly how you envision it, just because, number one, it's really hard to explain exactly what you have in mind. And then number two, even if you send a photo, you know, the artist may not know like what colors to use to achieve that look. It may not turn out exactly the same. So that's definitely the risk, you guys, with a custom. The pluses are you can really personalize the baby to how you want it. Like with Natalie, for example, and shoot, I should have brought Natalie for this video. I was able to kind of specify that I really wanted kind of sparse, newborn looking hair, and and she turned out super cute, like, and her hair was just beautiful. So, and I sent Melissa like a bunch of photos of like different babies' hair just so she could get an idea, and it's truly a collaboration. There's some back and forth, but just try it, But I do think it's good to give the artist some artistic license and freedom. Like if you give some basic parameters, like you want, for certain hair color, eye color, skin tone preference, things like that. I guess like if you want a birthmark in a certain place, things like that. But try not to micromanage down to every single last detail, because it may be hard for the baby to turn out exactly as you envisioned it, and you kind of set yourselves up for possible, disappointment. If you're kind of thinking it's going to look a certain way and it doesn't. So that is one risk. And I know a lot of people don't do customs for that reason. Like they're really worried that they won't fall in love with the baby once they receive that baby. So that is a really valid point, because even if the same artist does the same sculpt again, you may not know how that baby's going to exactly turn out. So the other thing with customs that I like is, the main thing for me is like, if I like a certain artist painting style and I want a certain kit, the one way to guarantee that artist is going to paint that kit is, by commissioning a custom. And the other nice thing too is, you have a fixed price that you and the artist agree upon in terms of how much the baby is going to cost, so you can budget for it. And sometimes with a custom too, you can, some artists will allow you to do 50% down and 50% upon completion of the baby, or something like that, like some kind of a payment plan. And that does make it, kind of easier to kind of budget for that. And a lot of artists are willing to work with you. I think from the artist perspective, I prefer to be paid in full before I start painting, just because I may paint a baby to somebody's specifications, and it may be so specific to what that person wanted that if the buyer backs out and doesn't, complete the transaction and finish pay the balance, that I may have difficulty selling that baby, right? If it wasn't, one that, would appeal to a mass audience. And so that's one thing that to keep in mind. But if you are looking for something like really specific, I do think customs are a great way to go. I'm trying to think of other thoughts around customs that I can share with you guys. I mean, I've had, really great experiences for the most part. And, I definitely, wouldn't hesitate to recommend either of these artists. I don't know that Melissa is doing customs right now, because she's got her plate kind of full. So I feel very lucky that she and I have struck up a bit of a friendship. And if you guys have been noticing the Littlefoot Nursery little intro video with the baby crying, that was a little intro video that Melissa actually made for me, which was so sweet of her. And, she said it was basically like as a thank you. And I don't know what she's thanking me for. Like, I feel like I, owe her such a big thanks, because I get to adopt her beautiful babies, and she paints them for me. And I'm so lucky, because I know her schedule's pretty full. So, but anyway, yeah, oh, that's actually probably a whole separate interesting topic around, which I know is brought up on, I think, on one of her videos about, promoting when artists have their babies kind of promoted on a YouTube channel, that can really help their sales, help their reputation if the person had a positive testimonial, and that sort of thing. So yeah, that is actually a really kind of interesting phenomenon. And my channel's still pretty small, but but yeah, I've got my. I so appreciate every one of you guys who views my videos and watches regularly and comments regularly. I feel like we've kind of formed a bit of a friendship on YouTube as well, and I really look forward, and I really cherish your comments. I really do. I enjoy reading everyone's comments and kind of participating in dialogue. So But yeah, I know. So let me talk about it from the artist perspective. So that's kind of from the collector's perspective in terms of customs. From my perspective, I've been, a few folks have kind of messaged me and had just kind of mentioned like, wow, you're so brave to take on customs. Because I think it's probably for the same reasons that collectors are afraid of customs. Like, I know we as artists, like, we can, customs can be kind of stressful because you want the baby to really meet that new mommy's expectations, and you want the new mommy to be thrilled with the baby. There's always a little element of, you're holding your breath, on whether the new mom's going to love the baby that you created, and whether it's going to match her vision of what she wanted the baby to look like. So that is definitely something that, as an artist, I think about. And what I do tell, I think that I can do, sort of some of the basics in terms of like the, yeah, I try to take the preferences into account, of course. And, one baby, if she wants the baby a little bit more tan in complexion, I definitely keep that in mind. If one wants a more Caucasian, very fair complexion, I can do that as well. And you know, so anyway, that's just kind of, it's, but in terms of some nuances, like I don't really know how to do like, milk, what are they called? Like, I don't know if they're called milk bubbles, or I can do some small capillaries, but like in terms of the dry newborn cracked skin, I don't know that technique, for example. So there may be some techniques that I don't have in my arsenal yet. Or like if they want a full head of rooted hair, or if, to look like how Melissa roots hair, I'm not able to do this yet, you guys. And so I feel pretty, so I definitely will also share like what my limitations are, and where I feel like my strengths are. And in terms of hair, it's definitely painted hair. Like I'm very happy with how my painted hair has turned out on my last few babies, and I feel very confident that I can paint a nice head of hair. But in terms of, and I can do combi as well, but but my rooting is a bit pluggy, and I don't know if I'm using the wrong needle, but it's just something that I'm very honest and upfront about, because I don't want, somebody to be disappointed. So I'm not an expert rooter. I'm very much a beginner. I have not done like a full head of hair yet. So that's an area, for me to learn and grow. So I'm very honest with that with the people who have inquired with me for custom orders, that I'm more comfortable with painted hair. I could do combi for like an additional, fee on top, but I can't guarantee that it will turn out amazing, just because I'm not an expert at rooting. So that's something that, I do mention up front and try to be honest about. So, but anyway, love these two babies, and I've been very happy and very fortunate that, with my custom orders. And I think if you can, if you can have a little bit of flexibility in your vision, I think customs will work for you. But if you are going to be set on wanting the baby to look a exact specific way that you saw done by another artist, you're going to set yourself up for disappointment. So it's really important to just keep that in mind. And there are some collectors who will only buy finished babies. They don't do customs at all because of that reason. And so anyway, guys, I think this has been a really long video. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I hope this was helpful and informative. And I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts on customs. Have you had customs done? As an artist, how do you feel about them? I will say, as an artist, it's really, really nice to paint a baby and not have to worry about putting that baby up for sale and writing a listing and doing all of that. I will say I really, really like that part of it. And also knowing that, and I don't know, I'm a huge people person, so I really and I work in, for my regular day job, I work in sales, and so I'm constantly kind of working with clients and things like that. So I actually don't mind kind of the dialogue back and forth, in terms of talking through what the customer wants in their baby, and things like that. And I'm pretty good about communication, so So yeah, none of that really bothers me. I know sometimes that piece of it can be a something that some artists really don't enjoy, which I understand. You know, they just want to paint their beautiful babies and sort of be left alone, and they just want to sell them and then kind of move on and focus on the painting. But you know, for me, part of the fun with the customs has been just kind of getting to know my customers and getting to know what they like, and I really try to make them happy and try to you know, I want them to have a great box opening and things like that. So it just warms my heart when, you know, I get the positive feedback that they love their babies. So that's the reason, you know, we paint, and, you know, apart from just enjoying the process, but it's so rewarding to see the reaction, you know, from that happy customer. So, and that goes for non-customs too, not just customs. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it and enjoyed it. Please subscribe and click the bell for more videos, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.